You know, there's something I've noticed over the years. Little things we do, often without thinking, can have a big impact on how we feel as we get older. And one of those things, the vitamins we take. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Vitamins are good for me, right? Well, most of the time, yes. But after 60, some vitamins, especially when taken in the wrong amounts, can actually do more harm than good. In fact, there are 3 vitamins you should be very careful with because, believe it or not, they can weaken your legs over time. And let's be honest, keeping our legs strong is one of the keys to staying active, independent, and full of life. So, today let's talk about the first vitamin you might want to rethink after 60. Because no one wants to wake up one day and realize their legs just don't have the strength they used to. And the good news? A few simple adjustments can make all the difference. Now, the first vitamin on our list might surprise you because it's one we've been told is essential for bone health, and that's calcium. Yes, calcium is important, especially as we age and our bones become more fragile. But here's the problem. Many of us are taking too much calcium in supplement form, and that's where the trouble starts. You see, as we get older, our bodies don't process calcium the same way they used to. Instead of going straight to our bones where we need it, excess calcium can end up where it doesn't belong, like in our arteries or even our muscles. And when that happens, it can lead to stiffness, cramps, and believe it or not, weaker legs over time. Now, I'm not saying you should cut out calcium completely, far from it. But instead of relying on high-dose supplements, try getting your calcium from food first. Foods like yogurt, leafy greens, and almonds are packed with calcium in a form your body can use more effectively. And if you do need a supplement, talk to your doctor about the right dose for you. Because too much of a good thing, well, sometimes it's not so good after all. So that's our first vitamin to watch out for. But there's another one that's just as important, and it's one you might not expect. Now, let's talk about the second vitamin that might be secretly working against your leg strength. And this one flies under the radar for a lot of folks. It's vitamin A. Now, vitamin A is essential for good vision, a strong immune system, and healthy skin. So, why would it be a problem? Well, just like calcium, the issue isn't the vitamin itself. It's how much we're taking. Here's the thing. Vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin, which means it doesn't just flush out of your system like water-soluble vitamins. Think vitamin C. Instead, it gets stored in your body, and over time, too much of it can build up to toxic levels. And guess what? One of the side effects of excess vitamin A is muscle weakness. That's right. What starts as a little extra fatigue or heaviness in your legs could actually be linked to too much vitamin A in your system. Now, where is this excess coming from? Well, many seniors take multivitamins that contain high doses of vitamin A, plus they might be eating fortified cereals, dairy products, or even taking separate vitamin A supplements. It adds up fast. The truth is, most of us get plenty of vitamin A from our diets. Foods like carrots, sweet potatoes, and spinach are packed with beta-carotene, which your body converts to vitamin A only as needed. That's a much safer way to get this nutrient. So, if you're taking a multivitamin, check the label. Look for one that uses beta-carotene instead of preformed vitamin A, often listed as retinol or retinol palmitate. And if you're eating a balanced diet, you might not need extra vitamin A at all. Small tweaks like this can make a big difference in keeping your legs strong and steady. Now, let's move on to the third vitamin, or rather, mineral, that could be sabotaging your leg strength without you even realizing it. And this one is a real shocker. You know, when it comes to vitamins and minerals, iron is one that many of us don't think much about, especially as we get older. After all, isn't iron something women worry about during their childbearing years? Well, here's something that might surprise you. Too much iron after 60 can actually weaken your legs. Now, iron is essential for healthy blood and energy levels. No argument there. But here's the problem. As we age, our bodies don't get rid of excess iron as efficiently as they used to. And when iron builds up in your system, it can lead to something called oxidative stress, a fancy term for damage to your muscles and tissues. Over time, this can contribute to muscle weakness, fatigue, and even conditions that directly affect leg strength. What makes this especially tricky is that many seniors are still taking iron supplements just in case, or because they assume more is better. But unless you've been diagnosed with iron deficiency anemia by a doctor, you probably don't need extra iron at all. In fact, Many foods, like red meat, beans, and fortified cereals, already give us plenty. And for men and postmenopausal women, the risk of getting too much iron is often higher than the risk of not getting enough. So, what's the solution? First, if you're taking a multivitamin, check if it contains iron. Many senior formulas leave it out for this very reason. Second, if you're concerned about your iron levels, ask your doctor for a simple blood test before taking any supplements. And finally, focus on getting iron from whole foods. Your body absorbs it more naturally that way, without the risk of overloading your system. Now that we've uncovered these 3 vitamins and minerals that might be working against your leg strength, let's talk about what you can do today to start protecting your mobility. Because here's the good news. Once you're aware of these potential pitfalls, making simple changes can have a dramatic impact on how you feel every day. First, let's quickly recap what we've learned about each one. Calcium is crucial for bones, but too much in supplement form can lead to muscle stiffness and weakness. Vitamin A, while important for vision and immunity, can accumulate to toxic levels and contribute to muscle fatigue. And iron, which many of us take unnecessarily after 60, can cause oxidative damage that weakens muscles over time. But knowledge is only powerful when we put it into action. Here's what I recommend. Start by taking inventory of all the supplements you're currently taking. Check those labels carefully. You might be surprised at what you find. Many multivitamins contain all 3 of these nutrients in amounts that could be too high for seniors. Consider switching to a senior-specific formula that's designed with these exact concerns in mind. Next, focus on getting these nutrients from food first. A diet rich in leafy greens, nuts, lean proteins, and colorful vegetables will naturally provide what your body needs without the risks of oversupplementation. For calcium, try adding a serving of yogurt or kefir to your breakfast. For vitamin A, enjoy some roasted sweet potatoes or carrots. And for iron, include some lentils or grass-fed beef in your meals a few times a week. Remember, our bodies change as we age, and what worked for us at 40 might not be what we need at 60 or beyond. The key is to stay informed, work with your doctor, and make adjustments as needed. Small changes can lead to big improvements in how you feel and move. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you noticed any changes in your leg strength that might be related to supplements? What adjustments have you made that helped? Your experiences could help others in our community. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more practical health tips tailored for those of us in our golden years. Remember, getting older doesn't mean giving up your strength or independence. Sometimes it's just about making smarter choices with what we put in our bodies. Here's to strong legs, steady steps, and many more years of doing all the things you love. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.